Good evening, I'm John Yang. In Gaza tonight, residents say they're experiencing the most intense bombardment of Israel's 3-week-old war on Hamas. The air and sea assault is supporting Israeli tanks and infantry, carrying out increased ground raids. An Israeli spokesman says they're targeting Hamas squads in northern Gaza that have fired rockets into Israel. A virtual communications blackout means the only information is coming from official statements from both sides. The Israeli military says it hasn't suffered any new casualties. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry says that more than 7,700 Palestinians have died in the war so far, though we don't know how many of those are Hamas fighters. And tonight, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned Israelis that the fighting, which he called the Second War of Independence, would be long and difficult. Our report is from Leila Milana Allen in Israel.
On Saturday, dense smoke rising from airstrikes filled Gaza's skyline as Israel entered day 2 of escalated ground raids. The Israel Defense Forces released video of what it said were its tanks entering the Gaza Strip. In a press conference, Israeli officials called it a new phase of the war, but did not define it as a full-fledged ground invasion.
In the past day, we have taken a step forward. We sent such powerful fire against the enemy that it made the ground shake. This was like nothing Hamas has ever experienced before.
The Israeli side of the border remained heavily fortified.
We were here on the border with Gaza last night as the Israel Defense Forces announced they were sending more ground troops in. They've confirmed this morning that they did attack Gaza last night from the air, from land and from the sea, accessing it from 3 points, the north, the east and the northeastern corner just behind me. This morning that operation's still ongoing and we can hear the sound of artillery fire coming from positions spread all across the border.
Listen carefully.
In a new video, the IDF issued another warning for Gazans in the north to leave.
For your immediate safety, we urge all residents of northern Gaza and Gaza City to temporarily relocate south.
But airstrikes have cut off internet and phone signal in Gaza. And Arabic, not English, is the main language for most Palestinians living in Gaza. Palestinians in the West Bank criticized the blackout.
People can't even call each other and tell each other what is going on. Why are you censoring the media? Show us what you are doing. Why are you not showing the children that you killed? Why do you kill women?
Some Israelis also criticized the increased attacks. Ilan Zakaria's niece Eden is among the Hamas hostages. At a gathering in Tel Aviv, he worries she and the other captives might become collateral damage.
I'm scared of, the situation, that if we put too much military pressure, we could hit our own people. They could start butchering our people because of that.
Outside the region, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan had harsh words for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at a pro-Palestinian rally.
Just as Netanyahu is a terrorist, the opposition says Hamas is a terrorist organization as well. Shame on you.
Netanyahu said Israel held the moral high ground.
This kidnapping was a crime against humanity. Those who are accusing our soldiers of war crimes are hypocrites and liars. They have no morality left.
In response to Erdogan, Israel's foreign minister ordered the withdrawal of its diplomats from Turkey. In New York City Friday, activists with the group Jewish Voice for Peace demonstrated at Grand Central Station, calling for a ceasefire. The group said the NYPD arrested hundreds of protesters.
And those Jewish peace activists, as well as so many others now, calling for a ceasefire because of what we're seeing in Gaza, particularly last night as Israeli ground operations intensified there. Suddenly the phone and internet signal went out. One of Gaza's main phone companies sent a text message to its customers saying, "We're so sorry, our towers are down, there's nothing we can do, we are losing connection now." So people in Gaza voiceless through the night as they were under these intense bombardments. People were unable to call ambulances, and we've heard this morning that ambulance drivers were standing at high points throughout trying to see where the explosions were so they could just drive directly there. People unable to communicate with their families to see if they're all right. People this morning saying we've been digging children out of the rubble with our bare hands because we can't call for help. Gazans now are completely voiceless. They are unable to speak out as they are under some of the most intense bombardment we've ever seen. And even though they're still being told to move to the south, in fact, most people can't get to the south because they have no fuel for their cars. They can't travel, and even in the south, bombardment continues. John?
Layla Milana Allen in Tel Aviv tonight. Thank you very much.